This is a scene from the Balikatan exercise that reminds many of a painful history. Philippine Navy BRP Quezon, the World War II-era warship, was struck as a target by Japanese ground self-defense force. Japan launched its Type 88 surface-to-ship missile system at the exercise, an offensive missile that was first used overseas. This year's Balikatan marks the first time Japan dispatched a complete combat force to the Philippines since the end of the war. But now, as the Chief General of the Philippines Armed Forces, Romeo Bronner, says, back then we find ourselves on the opposite sides of the war, but this time we find ourselves on the same side. Despite this, history won't forget the heinous crimes Japan committed during the World Anti-Fascist War. Mass killings, sexual slavery, forced labor, and chemical warfare. The atrocities reflect a scale of systematic brutality. The Philippine World War II Memorial Foundation estimates 1 in every 17 Filipinos died during the war from 1942 to 1945.
Different countries that have experienced the unfortunate legacy of Japan's involvement in the Second World War. There are still victims, in fact, who are alive still, and who I understand are still waiting on an apology.
They are waiting for an apology, justice, and at least a peaceful post-war order. But now Manila has disregarded their humiliating past and sabotaged the precious outcomes of victory. In fact, it has become a source of instability. The two countries' maritime delimitation talks regarding water east of China's Taiwan Island gravely infringe upon China's maritime rights. Here's Article 74 of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. It repeatedly emphasized that the delimitation should be negotiated between states with opposite or adjacent coasts, meaning that maritime delimitation is not unilateral. It must involve all states whose maritime zones are affected. Taiwan is a part of China. It's been inscribed on the Cairo Declaration and the Potsdam Proclamation. Both documents shape the post-World War II order. According to the documents, Japan must return all the territories it has stolen from China. The so-called maritime delimitation talk is just another move that reveals Japan's ambition to become a war-capable nation. From transferring offensive military equipment to promoting the revision of its pacifist constitution.
I think there are concerns indeed that we're hearing with greater frequency around Japan's potential perceived remilitarization in that regard.
I'm also wondering if the increase of Japanese defense spending will not escalate the tension in the region.
To avoid escalating tensions, Japan must stop its military provocations. During the recent far-sea combat training by the Chinese aircraft carrier Liaoning, Japanese vessels and aircraft repeatedly conducted close-range tracking and surveillance.
谁是威胁者，谁是挑衅者，一清二楚。我们敦促日方停止干扰中方正当演训活动的危险行径。
More than 80 years after the end of World War II, Japan has once again created new conflicts, seeking excuses to lift the obligations that the defeated country should undertake. As Tokyo is heading down the wrong path of neo-militarism, the international community must remain vigilant against motivations that risk destabilizing the region once again.